So picture this, right? Me and the boys have recently turned 18, so you know this was a fucking long time ago, right? Now, as any 18-year-old would do, when my friend, let's call him Brad, when Brad gets a free house because his parents are going away for the weekend, does he throw a massive house party like most teenagers do? No. This motherfucker decides that with his free house, what he's going to do is he is going to whip up some potent brownies, invite all the boys over, and just get fucked up. So that's exactly what he did. So in the summer, just after school finished, and this was the long summer too, because it was literally the last year of school, because we'd all turned 18, so we just finished school and everything, right? So this is the long summer. We finished school early, because we all finished our exams. Brad's got a free house. They decide to whip up brownies. I don't know why they know how to do this, but they've done it before, so they know how to do it, right? It's not our first time doing it, but they made them potent this time, right? So they got all the boys over, and we got there quite early, right? We got there in the early evening, about 5 or 6, maybe even earlier, to be honest with you. Now, me and 2 other friends, right, we decided that we would do some brownies, but then before they started kicking in, let's call these 2 other friends Cam and Dom, right? Cam had to move his car because Brad told him, he said, hey, by the way, the street's really crowded. A lot of homeowners need the road to park their cars. You can't really park outside. You're going to have to move the car, right? All right, I got to move the car real quick. Let's do that now before it starts getting too crazy. So me, Cam, and Dom, we decide, like, maybe if we go move the car, we get a little smoke in beforehand, and then we can, just get really fucked up, right? Brilliant idea, by the way. So we drive about 5 minutes away because the street's really crowded, so we've got to find somewhere to park and preferably out of the way. So we only drove like 5 minutes away. We were going to go there, have a smoke, and then walk back, right? Because it wasn't a very far distance. So we go down this kind of like dirt path kind of thing, right? Because we want to keep the car out of the way, because obviously, we're going to be smoking too, so we don't want to draw any attention to ourselves, right? Now, we get about halfway through, and we are just absolutely just fogging up this car, right? We are fogging up the car like nobody's business, and then suddenly this fucking car comes down this dirt road next to us and just kind of drives past real slowly. But that was really confusing to us, because this dirt path seemed like a dead end, right? There didn't seem to be anything down there, but that car just vanished into the distance, and we were like, what the fuck was that all about? We didn't really think anything of it, because if something was going to happen, it would have already happened by now, right? Then, lo and behold, after we are pretty much finished, we're getting ready to leave, we get another car pull up beside us. This car doesn't drive straight past. This car, as I look to the left, has some yellow and blue reflectors on the side of it. And some big letters going down the side that spell out something like, I don't know, what was it? Police, I think. And we all look at it like, bruh. I said straight away, I was like, boys, that's the fucking police. And these motherfuckers looked at it and went, nah, I don't think so. I was like, what the fuck do you mean you don't think so, bro? It says police down the side of the fucking car, bro. Of course it's the fucking police. So they hop out, and we're like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. They tap on the window. And I gotta be completely honest with you, bro. These police were cool as fuck. They made it pretty obvious they didn't really want to be there. This was not just like a random inspection. They said what happened was the dirt path that we're currently parked on is actually some fucking driveway for this rich motherfucker's house. His driveway is like a mile long. You can't even see the end of it. It goes into the fucking woods or some shit, and then it pulls up to his great big 6-bedroom fucking house, and we just happened to be there as soon as he was getting home, apparently. So that was pretty unlucky. But they basically said to us, they were like, okay, look guys, we don't really want to give you shit for this, right? You just got someone here has to take the fall. Just get everything you have in the car, get it all together, put it on one person. We're going to walk away for 5 minutes, give you boys a chance to chat. And then when we come back, we're going to confiscate everything. And then we're just going to take details, and we're going to give one of you a caution. Now, a caution is not anything really legal. It doesn't even go on like a record or anything. Nobody has to be notified. It's just on the system for the police, so that if you do get caught again in the future, then you get an actual legal warning. But a caution doesn't actually do anything for you, right? So the police walk away, and I was just like, nah, boys, fuck it. Just give everything to me. I don't really care. I was just trying to be kind of logical about it, because one friend we had there was actually 17, so I don't know the legal rules, but I think if he took the fall, he would have to have his parents contacted, because he was 17 at the time. He was one of the youngest, so he hadn't actually hit 18 yet, but he was like fucking weeks away, right? So I think if he took the fall, he would have had to have his parents notified. So I was like, well, I can't do that for him. And then even though I don't think anything would have came of it, because we weren't driving anywhere, because we're not fucking idiots, obviously Cam was driving. Like I said, he wasn't driving, but he was in the car with his keys, so that could be like some sort of legal grounds there. So I was just like, look, I'm the passenger, I'm 18, just fucking give it all to me and let's get this over and done with, right? So we were pretty quick about it. They came back, they were still really cool and stuff. And so I had to hop out and I had to get in the officer's car, and he just had to take down some details, you know, my name, my address, my date of birth and all that, just to give me a caution. And I sat in the car and I was actually having a bit of banter with the guy, to be honest with you. And he was like, yeah, you fucking stink. I was like, yeah, I do, bro. My bad. That's my fault. And then, brother, I'm sitting in the back of this police car, right? I can hear my friends bantering with the other officer outside the car. They're all having a good time. And then all of a sudden, I feel it. I feel this brownie just take the reins of my brain, and the whole fucking car started melting. And I was like, oh shit, man. And this poor guy, right, he's trying to ask me questions and I just keep completely zoning out. So he's asking me like my name and I'm like forgetting my name, not literally, but like I'm giving him the wrong name and stuff. And like he's asking my age and I have to really think about it. And the worst part is sometimes I'll just start giggling. So he's probably thinking like, man, look at this poor little kid. His first time smoking a little doobie and he's having such a big reaction to it. He has no idea that I'm actually just like in a world of my own. I have no idea what's happening right now, right? And the worst part is you'd think this is like some real booky experience, like something you wouldn't want, especially because like such like a infamous like thing for being like really making people really paranoid and stuff, but luckily we didn't really have that. So I'm just in the back of this police car and you think it'd be a really horrible experience, but I'm just vibing, bro. I'm just sitting in the back of this car, I'm just looking around like absolutely bobbing my head to no music, giggling to myself, looking outside as much as I can. And the guy in the front is like, hey, stay with me. Are you sure you're okay to like leave and stuff? Because I need to make sure you can leave. I'm like, bro, I'm more like, bro, I think I'm really good to do anything right now. Like, I'm not even kidding, right? But so he takes all my details, he gives me a caution, we don't really think anything of it, they confiscate everything, they stay true to their word, they literally just said, yeah, unfortunately you're on a private driveway, that's why we're here, the homeowner actually contacted us, otherwise to be honest, we wouldn't even really care. We're only here because we got called out, and unfortunately you still happen to be here, and I guess because we told them, we were just about to leave as well, and they were like, well, you got unlucky, if you left like a few minutes earlier, this wouldn't even be happening. But they were completely authentic, they were completely transparent, we did what they said, and they stayed true to their word, and honestly, it was a pretty good experience overall, so I've never held any grudge towards that whatsoever, right? So now we have to walk back, right? So naturally, we start walking back to, and we've been gone for like quite a long time at this point, because while they were quite quick, it still took a good like 30, 45 minutes to kind of like process everything. So, and obviously we had to leave to drive, and then we had to leave to get ready. We were probably out for about 2 hours in total, right? So we get back to Brad's. Brother, the sight of this fucking house. I'm not talking about mess. I'm just talking about, I see Brad melting into his chair. His mouth is just wide open. His eyes are barely even like open, right? And he just looks round to us like, I can't even like explain in words just how defeated he looked. And I was just like, you doing good there, buddy? And he was like, fuck yeah, man. Jesus Christ, right? It's crazy what we got up to when we were teenagers, man, honestly. Like, I don't know, that doesn't even appeal to me anymore. I wouldn't even want to be in a state where I'm just like completely unconscious now, you know what I mean? Like, I barely even enjoy like getting super drunk anymore, let alone getting to a point where something just completely takes over my body. But you know, when you're young, like a teen or in your 20s, like that stuff's kind of fun to do, but I guess at some point you kind of just like grow out of it, right? Because honestly, I couldn't think of anything worse than like being in that state ever again, unless there was like a really special occasion or something, you know what I mean? So yeah, we get back to Brad's, we try to explain the whole situation, but obviously like, you know, people are listening, but obviously everyone's kind of fucked up, so everyone's just like, whoa, bro, no way, man. It's crazy. But then like, we just said to someone, we were like, all right, so we're gonna roll another one, who's got shit for us? And we were right back in the business, bro. We just got straight back into it. But I'll be honest with you, man, even though it was a long time and I can't really remember it too much anymore, I remember that being a really fun night. Brad's Brownie Bakery. Fuck me, it's what he basically called it. That was like that was a slogan of the thing. And every like time he would get a free house, he would see if it was still possible. But we had to kind of stop doing it because, as you can imagine, it really, really stank the house out. So we didn't want to like keep fucking around with his house like that. It's a little bit rude, you know what I mean? But that was a fucking fun day, I'll be honest. Those days are behind me now, so it's nice to reminisce on and just like enjoy those stories. It's nice to have those memories. But yeah, I think those I never want to be be in that state ever again, bro. Luckily, never had a run-in with the police ever since. So, you know, the caution is still holding strong. But that's just a little Jimbo story for you boys today. I just wanted to I was kind of reminiscing on that recently. Because I'm planning to go see that guy soon, actually, Brad. That's who I'm going on holiday with. It's me, Brad, and one other guy. So very much looking forward to that. So yeah, that's about it for today, boys. I will see you in the next. Peace.